Welcome to our exploration of cell theory, a cornerstone of modern biology. In this video, we'll journey through the origins, development, and significance of this fundamental concept. Cell theory explains the basic unit of life and has shaped our understanding of living organisms. Let's begin by setting the stage for how this theory came to be and why it remains so important in science today. For the development of cell theory, scientists had many misconceptions about the structure and function of living things. Many believed in spontaneous generation, the idea that life could arise from non-living matter. There was little understanding of the microscopic world, and the true building blocks of life remained a mystery. This lack of knowledge set the stage for revolutionary discoveries that would soon change everything. Invention of the microscope in the 17th century opened up a whole new world for scientists. Suddenly, tiny structures invisible to the naked eye could be observed and studied. Early pioneers like Antony van Leeuwenhoek and Robert Hooke used these new tools to make groundbreaking observations, paving the way for the development of cell theory. 1665, Robert Hooke examined a thin slice of cork under his microscope and noticed tiny box-like structures. He called these structures cells because they reminded him of small rooms in a monastery. This was the first recorded observation of cells, and it marked a turning point in biological science. Hooke's work inspired others to look closer at the building blocks of life. Around the same time, Antony van Leeuwenhoek improved the microscope and began observing living cells in pond water, blood, and other samples. He described tiny organisms he called animalcules, which we now know as microorganisms. His meticulous work revealed the diversity and complexity of life at the microscopic level, further supporting the idea that cells are fundamental to living things. By the early 19th century, scientists began to realize that all living things are made of cells. This idea was formalized in the 1830s by two German scientists, Matthias Schleiden and Theodor Schwann. Schleiden studied plants and concluded they were made of cells, while Schwann found the same was true for animals. Together, they laid the foundation for what we now call cell theory. Cell theory is built on three main principles. First, all living things are composed of one or more cells. Second, the cell is the basic unit of structure and function in living organisms. Third, all cells arise from pre-existing cells. These tenets form the backbone of modern biology and guide our understanding of life's processes. First tenet of cell theory states that every living organism, from the tiniest bacterium to the largest whale, is made up of cells. This principle unites all forms of life under a common structure and highlights the universality of the cell as life's building block. Whether single-celled or multicellular, every organism depends on cells for survival. Cells are not just the building blocks of life, they are also the smallest units capable of carrying out all life's essential functions. From metabolism to reproduction, everything that defines a living organism happens within cells. This tenet emphasizes the importance of studying cells to understand how life works at its most fundamental level. Third tenet of cell theory, proposed by Rudolf Virchow in 1855, states that all cells arise from pre-existing cells. This idea replaced earlier beliefs in spontaneous generation and established that life is a continuous process, with new cells forming only through the division of existing ones. This principle is crucial for understanding growth, development, and reproduction. Cell theory revolutionized biology by providing a unifying explanation for the structure and function of all living things. It paved the way for advances in medicine, genetics, and biotechnology. By understanding that all life is cellular, scientists could develop new ways to diagnose, treat, and prevent diseases, leading to major improvements in human health. Today, advanced microscopes allow scientists to study cells in incredible detail. Techniques like electron microscopy reveal the intricate structures inside cells, from organelles to molecules. These tools have deepened our understanding of how cells function and interact, opening up new frontiers in biological research. Cells come in two main types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic cells like bacteria lack a nucleus and are generally simpler. Eukaryotic cells found in plants, animals, and fungi have a nucleus and complex organelles. This distinction is fundamental to understanding the diversity of life and how different organisms function. Every cell, regardless of type, has certain basic structures. These include the cell membrane, cytoplasm, and genetic material. Eukaryotic cells also contain specialized organelles like the nucleus, mitochondria, and endoplasmic reticulum. Understanding these components helps us see how cells carry out their vital functions. The cell membrane is a flexible barrier that surrounds every cell. It controls what enters and leaves the cell, maintaining the internal environment. This selective permeability is essential for the cell's survival, allowing nutrients in and keeping harmful substances out. Inside the cell membrane lies the cytoplasm, a jelly-like substance that fills the cell. It contains all the organelles and is the site of many chemical reactions necessary for life. The cytoplasm provides structure and support, helping the cell maintain its shape and function. In eukaryotic cells, the nucleus acts as the control center. It houses the cell's genetic material, DNA, and directs all cellular activities, including growth, metabolism, and reproduction. The nucleus is surrounded by its own membrane, keeping the genetic information safe and organized. Mitochondria are often called the powerhouses of the cell. They generate energy by converting nutrients into ATP, the cell's main energy currency. This energy powers all cellular processes, making mitochondria essential for life. Eukaryotic cells contain many other organelles, each with specialized functions. The endoplasmic reticulum helps with protein and lipid synthesis, while the Golgi apparatus packages and ships molecules. Lysosomes break down waste, and chloroplasts in plant cells capture sunlight for photosynthesis. Each organelle contributes to the cell's overall function. Cells reproduce by dividing, a process essential for growth, development, and repair. In eukaryotes, this happens through mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis produces identical cells for growth and repair, while meiosis creates gametes for reproduction. Understanding cell division is key to grasping how organisms develop and maintain themselves. Stem cells are unique because they can develop into many different cell types. During development, stem cells differentiate, becoming specialized for specific functions. This process is vital for forming tissues and organs, and it holds great promise for regenerative medicine. Cells constantly communicate with each other using chemical signals. This communication coordinates activities like growth, immune responses, and tissue repair. Without effective communication, multicellular organisms couldn't function properly. Cell theory has transformed our understanding of disease. Many illnesses, from infections to cancer, result from problems at the cellular level. By studying cells, scientists can develop targeted treatments and improve health outcomes. Cells carry genetic information in the form of DNA. This genetic material is passed from one generation to the next, ensuring the continuity of life. The study of genetics has revealed how traits are inherited and how mutations can lead to disease or evolution. The evolution of cells is a fascinating story. From simple prokaryotes to complex multicellular organisms, cells have adapted and diversified over billions of years. This evolutionary journey explains the incredible variety of life we see today. Some organisms, like bacteria and many protists, consist of a single cell. Others, like plants and animals, are made of trillions of cells working together. This distinction shapes how organisms grow, reproduce, and interact with their environments. In multicellular organisms, cells become specialized to perform specific tasks. For example, nerve cells transmit signals, muscle cells contract, and red blood cells carry oxygen. This specialization allows complex life forms to function efficiently. Specialized cells group together to form tissues, which then combine to create organs and organ systems. This organization allows multicellular organisms to carry out complex functions, from digestion to movement to thinking. Cell theory applies to all living things, including plants. Plant cells have unique features like cell walls and chloroplasts, which enable them to perform photosynthesis and provide structural support. These adaptations are essential for plant life. Animal cells differ from plant cells in several ways. They lack cell walls and chloroplasts but have other specialized structures like lysosomes and centrioles. These differences reflect the diverse roles animal cells play in supporting movement, sensation, and complex behaviors. Bacteria are prokaryotic cells, meaning they lack a nucleus and most organelles. Despite their simplicity, bacteria are incredibly diverse and play vital roles in ecosystems, from decomposing waste to fixing nitrogen in the soil. Viruses are unique. They are not considered living cells. They lack cellular structure and can only reproduce by infecting host cells. This distinction helps scientists understand what defines life and why viruses are studied separately from true cells. Modern biotechnology relies on cell theory. Techniques like cloning, genetic engineering, and stem cell therapy are possible because we understand how cells work. These advances are transforming medicine, agriculture, and industry. Medical breakthroughs, from vaccines to cancer treatments, are rooted in cell theory. By targeting specific cells or cellular processes, doctors can treat diseases more effectively. This cellular approach continues to drive innovation in healthcare. Genetics is deeply connected to cell theory. Genes are located within cells, and their expression determines an organism's traits. Understanding how genes function in cells has led to advances in genetic testing, therapy, and research. Ecologists study how cells interact within organisms and ecosystems. From nutrient cycling to energy flow, cellular processes drive the balance of nature. Cell theory helps explain how life adapts and thrives in diverse environments. Cell theory isn't just for scientists, it affects our daily lives. From the food we eat to the medicines we take, understanding cells helps us make informed choices about health and nutrition. It also inspires curiosity about the living world around us. Recent discoveries in cell biology, such as CRISPR gene editing and induced pluripotent stem cells, are expanding our ability to manipulate and understand cells. These breakthroughs promise new treatments for diseases and deeper insights into life's complexity. As technology advances, our understanding of cells continues to grow. Future research may reveal new cell types, functions, or therapies. The principles of cell theory will remain central to biology, guiding discoveries for generations to come. Despite its importance, cell theory is sometimes misunderstood. Some people think all cells are the same or that only animals have cells. In reality, cells are incredibly diverse and all living things from bacteria to plants to humans are made of cells. Cell theory is a key part of science education worldwide. Learning about cells helps students understand the unity and diversity of life. It also lays the groundwork for future studies in biology, medicine, and related fields. Many scientists have contributed to our understanding of cells. Besides Hooke, Schleiden, Schwann, and Virchow, researchers like Lynn Margulies and Barbara McClintock made groundbreaking discoveries about cell structure and genetics. Their work continues to inspire new generations of scientists. Technological advances from high-powered microscopes to computer modeling have transformed cell biology. These tools allow scientists to visualize, analyze, and manipulate cells in ways that were once unimaginable, driving progress in research and medicine. Cell theory's legacy is profound. It has unified biology, inspired countless discoveries, and improved human health. As we continue to explore the microscopic world, the principles of cell theory will remain at the heart of scientific progress. In summary, cell theory is one of biology's most important ideas. It explains the structure and function of all living things, connects us to the natural world, and drives scientific discovery. By understanding cells, we unlock the secrets of life itself. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the fascinating world of cells.